Hey Sunshines, and welcome back. So today is a fun day on my channel. We're going to be talking about all things books. Let's talk about books, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Y'all, I have not broken out into song on my channel in a long time, and between me and you, felt really good. So first we're going to start off with this video where I am going to be sharing a book subscription box. You guys have been asking for one, and I think I found a really good one. To be honest with you, I'm more giddy about this subscription box than I have with any box in a long time. I would never have predicted that. And then tonight, if you're watching me in the future, today is June 4th at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I am going live on my channel to discuss our June Sunshine Squad book club pick, which was Mary Kay Andrews' Hello Summer. So if you've read the book, come on over and talk with me live. If you didn't read the book or you're halfway through, I still want to see you. There's probably about 100 to 120 women. We talk about what we had for dinner and the book and all things books and maybe what we watch on TV. We never know where the conversation takes us, but it's a good time, and I will be on for about an hour. So come join me there. But let's dive into the subscription at hand. It is called Book of the Month. You guys have been asking, like I said earlier, for a book subscription. I've had a lot of requests for that lately, and I have been sort of researching them. There are some book subscriptions, you guys, that are like $30. That's a lot of money for a subscription box. So I gravitated toward this one. As I was researching though, they actually reached out to me, just full disclosure, and asked me if I would like to do a video. Thought it was pretty timely because you guys were asking and I was sort of looking, so I said yes. I thought it would be a great fit for my channel. So Book of the Month is a fiction subscription box, and I know I like to read lots of different genres of books, nonfiction, biographies, that kind of thing, but honestly, at this time of my life, I have snarky teens, so I actually read a lot for escape, so I love that this is fiction. It's also really budget friendly, so you're gonna get your first box for $9.99 if you use my code below, and then every box after that is $14.99. Now, every month you're going to get a hardback copy, so for $14.99, I feel like that's kind of a steal, because if you go to Barnes & Noble or even Amazon, a hardback book a lot of times is $21.99, $24.99, $19.99. So I still feel like we're getting a bargain with this book. So every month they bring out 5 different titles, and then you get to go in and decide which book you want. And say out of the 5, there's 2 you're sort of on the fence with, you can't quite decide. You can pick one for your book of the month, and you can pick a second selection to be shipped in your box for a discounted price too, which I love. So they actually were very kind to me. They reached out and wanted me to review this and said they were going to send all 5 June titles so we could kind of see what they were, and then you guys could decide if you wanted to get them or not. So let's go ahead and open it. There's actually 2 because there was 5 books that they sent. If you remember, and you've been on my channel for a while, I did do the teen Book of the Month Club with Emma. We really liked that one. I still like to read sort of young adult fiction sometimes, and she read them too. I just think this is a great subscription. So the very first book in the box is called The Last Flight. Now all of these books are in the June selection that you can choose, and I'll just read through the synopsis for you really quick. So this one looks good. The Last Flight by Julie Clark. And this one says, you might know a husband like Claire's, ambitious, admired with deep pockets, but behind closed doors, he has a temper that burns as bright as his promising political career, and he's not above using his staff to track Claire's every move. What he doesn't know is that Claire has worked for months on a plan to vanish. A chance meeting in an airport brings her together with a woman who seems equally desperate to flee her life. Together, they make a last-minute decision to switch tickets. Claire taking Eva's flight to Oakland, and Eva traveling to Puerto Rico as Claire. But when the Puerto Rico plane crashes, Claire's options narrow to one impossible choice: assume Eva's identity, and along with it, the secrets Eva fought so hard to keep hidden. Okay, right away, I feel like that would have been my pick. Then we have, oh, this is cute, One to Watch by Kate Stamen London. She's got a little ring right here. This one says, Bae Schmacher, I don't know if I'm saying that right, is a devastatingly stylish plush-size fashion vlogger who has amazing friends, a devoted family, legions of Insta followers, and a massively broken heart. Like the rest of America, Bea indulges in her weekly obsession, the hit reality show Main Squeeze. the fantasy dates, the kiss-off rejections, the surprising number of guys named Chad. But B is sick and tired of the lack of body diversity on the show. Since when is being a size 0 a prerequisite for getting engaged on television? Amen, sister. But when B has sworn off dating altogether, she gets an intriguing call. Main Squeeze wants her to be their next star, surrounded by men vying for her affections. B agrees, and on one condition: under no circumstances will she actually fall in love. She's in this to supercharge her career, subvert harmful beauty standards, inspire women across America, and get a free hot air balloon. That's it. But when the cameras start rolling, B realizes even more complicated than she anticipated. Things are even more complicated than she anticipated. She's in a whirlwind of sumptuous couture, internet, culture wars, sexy suitors, and an opportunity or 2 or 5 to find messy real-life love in the midst of a made-for-TV fairy tale. And it also says, in this joyful, razor-sharp debut, B has to decide whether it might be worth trusting these men and herself for a chance to live happily ever after. See, I would have already had trouble because I like both of these. Okay, the next one is Home Before Dark. Now this one looks like it might be scary. So they do find like 5 different kinds of books, maybe suspenseful, maybe like a scary one, maybe a romance. So you're gonna find 5 different sort of types of fiction books. This one says, Maggie Holt doesn't believe in these things, even though they are the details of the story that made her family famous. 25 years ago, she and her parents, Ewan and Jess, moved into Bainbury Hall, a rambling Victorian estate in the Vermont woods. They spent 20 days before fleeing in the dead of night, an ordeal Ewan, I think it's Ewan, later recounted in a horror memoir, House of Horrors. His tale of ghostly happenings and encounters with malevolent spirits become a worldwide phenomenon, rivaling the Amityville Horror. Maggie has lived her whole life in the shadow of her father's book, so when she inherits Bainbury Hall after his death, she returns to renovate the house and prepare it for sale. However, her homecoming is anything but warm. People from the past, chronicled in the House of Horrors, lurk in the shadows, and locals aren't thrilled that their small town has been made infamous thanks to Maggie's father. Infamous, sorry. Even more unnerving is Bainbury Hall itself, a place filled with relics from another era that hit at a history of dark deeds. As Maggie experiences strange occurrences straight out of Ewan's book, she starts to wonder if what he wrote was more fact than fiction. That sounds interesting. Do you guys like scary stories? I'm not a scary story girl, but that one sounds really good. I love a good like mansion, getting it ready to sell, finding the treasures inside type of a, maybe like a historical fiction, but that sounds really good. Okay, this actually is a box and a second box because they couldn't fit all 5 in one. And this is the little pamphlet that says Book of the Month. And it kind of just tells you how it all goes. Now this says A Burning, a novel by Megha Mujumdar. I'm so sorry if I'm killing that name. This looks interesting. So this is an electrifying debut novel and a literary tour de force about 3 unforgettable characters who seek to rise to middle class, to political power, to fame in the movies, and find their lives entangled in the wake of a catastrophe in contemporary India. Javon is a Muslim girl from the slums determined to move up in life, who is accused of executing a terrorist attack on a train because of a careless comment she posted on Facebook. P.T. Sir is an opportunistic gym teacher who hitches his aspirations to a right-wing political party and finds that his own ascent depends on Javon's fall. Lovely and irresistible outcast, whose exuberant voice and dreams of Bollywood glory fill the novel with warmth and hope and humor, has the alibi that can set Javon free, but it will cost her everything she holds dear. Taut, symphonic, propulsive, and riveting from its opening lines. I love the adjectives they used for this one. That sounds interesting, right? Okay, and then there's one more. This one is called The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. and it says, oh, twins separated as children. The Vignes sisters will always be identical, but after growing up together in a small southern black community and running away at age 16, it's just the shape of their daily lives that is different as adults. It's everything, including their racial identities. Many years later, one sister lives with her black daughter in the same southern town she once tried to escape. Across the country, the other secretly passes for white, and her white husband knows nothing of her past. Still, although separated by many miles and just as many lies, the fates of the twins remained intertwined. What will happen when their own daughter's storylines intersect, weaving together multiple strands and generations from the Deep South to California, from the 1950s to the 1990s? The Vanishing Half is at once a riveting, emotional family story and a brilliant exploration of race, gender, and identity, and the lasting influence of the past as it shapes a person's desires and expectations. That sounds really, really good too. They picked 5, and I will say that the people that pick the 5 books, it's not from some random computer algorithm. They have women that read these books for months in advance and really fight to get the best like 5 books into this box. I think they did really good. Which one sounded the best to you? Is this a subscription that you think that you would like? I am dying to read one. If you guys wanted to do like a book of the month pick for a book club, let me know, because I would be happy to do that. Maybe we could do it in August or something. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're stopping by for the first time and like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bye bye, guys.